Hey guys, guess what? It's time for chapter 2 of Platypus Police Squad, The Frog Who Croaked. Let's get started. Platypus Police Squad Headquarters, 7:58 a.m. Platypus Police Squad Headquarters was an impressive building, a wide structure made of concrete, glass, and steel. Zingle knew it hadn't always been this way. In his grandfather's day, the precinct was a fraction of the size, and they barely had the budget for pencils, let alone the latest forensics equipment. All that changed the day that Frank Pandini Jr. came back to town. After making his fortune and erecting Pandini Tower, Pandini's first charitable donation went to the renovating and expanding the facilities for the Platypus Police Squad. So there's headquarters. Pandini bought and knocked down the adjacent rundown apartment buildings and donated the land to the police. It was the least he could do, he said, considering his father was responsible for so much of the old Kalamazoo city. Zingle stopped at the portrait of his grandfather, Lieutenant Daly, in the foyer. After giving a snappy salute, he turned the corner and ran right into the hustle and chaos of Platypus Police Squad headquarters. Cops and detectives and lawyers were running back and forth across the floor. Perps and witnesses were being shuffled from office to office, cell to cell. Zingle was overwhelmed by the scene. Maybe he was even just a little distracted. In any case, his next move was not fly at all. Yo! Cried an old timer he had banged into. Watch where you're going! The contents of Zingle's mug were now splattered across the front of the senior detective's shirt. Not a good first day move. Zingle looked at the mug in horror. He apparently hadn't screwed the top on tightly. Oh, geez. Oh, man. I'm really sorry about that. Zingle attempted to dab the guy's tie with tissues from the nearby desk, but he just smeared around the brown liquid, making the mess worse. He hoped this detective wasn't someone important. So there's a picture of him saluting his grandfather, and there's him knocking coffee on one of the detectives in the police station. I'm covered in coffee, the old timer said and gritted his teeth. The veins in his forehead were bursting. Nah, man, I don't drink coffee. That's hot chocolate. Zingle raised his mug. Start my day every day with a cup of hot chocolate with extra chocolate sauce and a handful of mini marshmallows. Stay right there and let me run get some paper towels. Forget the paper towels, Junior. I'll take care of it myself. And he stalked away. Sorry, called Zingle to the retreating bat. Not a great way to start off the new job. He thought to himself, once the officers and detectives continued to run past some never-ending rush, where was he supposed to go? Are you the new guy? Said the secretary, standing up slowly from her desk. Zingle hadn't even noticed her before. Yes, ma'am, said Zingle. Go see Sergeant Polinsky. And if you notice, it's a turtle, she said, pointing to the frosted glass door at the back of the headquarters. Zingle screwed the lid on his travel mug tightly, down what was left of his hot chocolate, and straightened his shirt and jacket. And he headed for the sergeant's office. Sergeant Polinsky opened the door even before Zingle had a chance to knock. Rick, come on in! The Sarge headed back to his desk, and Zingle shut the door behind him. It was a much quieter in here than it was out on the floor. Polinsky motioned for Zingle to take a seat in one of the orange plastic chairs in the middle of the office. While he perched on the corner of the desk, the wall behind him was covered with certificates and awards. It's great to have you here, Polinsky said. Top marks from the academy, dean's list every year. You're going to fit right in, my boy. And I've teamed you up with one of our veterans, whose partner just retired, Corey O'Malley. He's been here for years. Cut his bill back with Pandini Sr. when Pandini Sr. was running this town.